Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my channel Reels with Nikki. I'm Nikki. Karibuni sana. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, umekuanga tu hapa. You know how we do it. We keep it real, we keep it real. So last week I talked about, we had a conversation. So today I also want to have a conversation, but this one I want us to go a bit deeper, because there's some people who will feel it more than I will. I might even feel it more than anyone will. But you know what? All in all, there's a reason why I have these conversations. So today, I want to have a conversation about this. So this is a white cane. It's called a white cane. Sijaifunguanisha. It's what nimesikia most people call ile kijiti. Because when I open it up, it becomes a white cane, stick. So this one is what visually impaired people use when they're walking around, when they're navigating their environment, if I may say that. So the reason why today I'm having a conversation about a white cane is because I had a certain conversation with someone, and that conversation brought me to a realization that anyone who has ever seen before and lost their sight, everyone has a different journey in terms of the white cane. We have different white cane journeys in the sense that kuna wale, they lose their sight, they're taken to a place, they're taught how to walk with the cane, and they're okay with it, they accept it. Then there are those who it takes years, and I mean years, to accept it. I'm one of those people. I think in one of my videos I mentioned how the white cane made me feel like I didn't have the confidence to actually leave the house, or it made me feel like naweza kwa nimedunga fiti, but the white cane, I felt like it reduced how good I looked, or it made me feel like less of a person, which is weird because now I look back and I'm like, I mean, I had my reasons for feeling that way, but I can totally relate when someone says that, because I know how it feels when you use something and you feel like it reduces your confidence, it reduces who you are, it belittles you without actually having to want to do that. So today I'm going to talk about the white cane and the journey that people take with canes. So when you lose your sight, it's different for everyone. It's different for everyone. So usually you'll find those people who they lose their sight as adults. So I'll give an example for me, who I lost my sight as a child. I was 10 years old. So when I lost my sight, then all I was thinking about is going back to class. Honestly, I didn't care. I did not care how, I didn't even know visually impaired had a thing like they needed to use a stick to be able to navigate. Me, I assumed they were guided, because you see, when I joined school, I made friends, and those friends would guide me around school. So I was forced mara moja to walk with a cane, but it was very rare. So I never actually got to learn O&M when I was in school. For the people who've lost their sight as adults, there are those who wanaendanga these institutions, organizations, and they're taught how to walk with a cane, and they accept it. There are those who just pop, oh, so this is how they do it, okay, let's do it. Kunao. Then there are these ones who it takes them years, like they could have lost sight even like kitambo, but they're still trying to figure. Si ati hawajui kuitumia, si ati hawajui ni lazima waitumie, but it belittles, it makes them feel belittled. And like I said in one of the videos, there are people who do not like being called blind, and I found someone who does not like it, and I couldn't, since summer I felt bad, I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't know how to react. I didn't know what to do for them. I didn't know. All I knew is that it takes a lot of accepting to get to the point where you're okay with someone calling you that. I know it takes a lot of accepting yourself to get to a point where you accept that. So also I wanted to just mention that this channel is also for totally blind people who've lost their sight juicy and are trying to figure out life. I know I don't make content to actually help them navigate, but what I do, I help them know that there's someone out there who's gone through what they've gone through, and it's not impossible to get over it. Because some people actually end up getting very depressed, because imagine the previous day you are so sighted, the next day you wake up and you see nothing. It is very depressing for anyone, you get. So you may realize, when I was having that conversation with that particular person, I realized the journey is different for everyone. That those people, like, mnaweza kwa mnatembea tao, and I've met some people who assume everyone who's walking the cane knows how to do it. I'm not gonna lie, they don't. There are people who don't. Kuna wale wanajua kutembea nayo, wanazunguka tao, wanafanya nini. There are those people who don't. They don't. They honestly don't. They're just trying. They're trying because they were told they have to use it. This year I started using a white cane. The reason why I started doing it is because I accepted the fact. I got to a point where I accepted the fact that I'm visually impaired and I need it. I'm not doing it for anyone, I'm doing it for myself. I accepted that if I need to move from point A to point B due to some different reasons, juu unaweza kwa place na kuna place ya kupanda kushuka, unaweza tekuka waguke. Embarrassments are not my thing. I think I've said that before. Embarrassments are not my thing. Spendi kwa embarrassed, honestly. So that's why I started using a white cane. I realized I need it, so that's why I use it. But for most people, they feel like they don't need it. They don't, and they can tell you they don't need it, because in most places they walk from point A to point B and they're okay with being guided. I won't say I have a problem with being guided, I don't, but if there's something that blindness took from me, is being able to go for a walk by myself. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that I'm an introvert, so I like being by myself sometimes, but there's nothing as beautiful as being by yourself, walking out there, ukichapwa na breeze too, you know, like a feel good day where you're just going for a walk, a normal walk. I used to take it for granted, but I never used to like walks. I'm not gonna pretend. I used to go for bike rides. That was me. But I met a guy who was willing to actually get me that double something bike. I don't know what it's called. Twende bike riding, but I don't know. I lost his number or something. I don't know. But yeah, as in, those are the things I still sit down and I'm like, I wish I could do that. So I guess partly that's the reason why I started working with a cane, because I figured if I learned how to use it and I got confident in using it, I could actually go for a walk with it. So if you're actually a visually impaired person and you feel like you need someone to talk to, or you're relating to my content and you feel like enyewe, she can really make a good big sister or small sister, because I know there are people who are actually older than me and have lost their sight and they just need someone to talk to, and you want someone to help you heal, or you're healing together, because even me, I'm still in my healing process. I'm not gonna pretend that I'm superwoman, I've healed from everything, so I'm just here telling you things. No, even when I say you need to accept yourself, it's just me saying it's going to take your own pace. Everyone has their different pace. Me, I lost my sight in 2009. Right now it's 2024 and now is when I'm using a cane. It's been long. It's taken me years to accept myself, to accept who I am, to accept the personality I have, to accept my environment, to accept a lot of things for me to get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I need it. So I'm not gonna force you to do something that you don't want. And for me, I've gone through a lot of therapy as well. So hapa kwenye nimefika kusema ukweli is being able to sit with someone and that someone tells you the truth to some extent. So yeah, I guess that's the other conversation I really wanted to have, but na feel nika nimeongea sana. But if you have anything to say, comment down below. If you feel like it's too private to do that, follow me on TikTok and DM me. I will respond, I am sure, because I do respond to people who text me on TikTok. So this conversation was really close to my heart because I know how it feels when you're walking with friends and you don't use your cane because you feel like they're going to stop being your friends. Let me tell you something. If a friend was supposed to leave, they're going to leave anyway. Then if they are not supposed to stay, they're not going to stay. Right now I can say that smiling because I have lost a lot of friends over the years, so much so that I accepted it's fine. And the reasons they left, like hakuna valid reasons, you know. There are those who I just usually feel like, you know, God just wanted them to take me through a point of life and then iishi hapo. But now I look back and I'm like, yeah, I am freer without them. So siwezi sema I lost much, but naweza sema nyewe, they taught me something. I think mmekaa kwa channel long enough to know that I am learning from every experience I get. Even being here on YouTube, I'm learning something. I am really grateful for your support. You guys subscribe. By the way, please, 5 seconds. I'm counting down. Subscribe to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.